Okay, Red, let's go ahead and finish and do your reading. Um, Red, the reading that I said mainly, the message that I said mainly yesterday that you didn't get was that you need to travel, that there's not much that I can really say, but you need to travel, and that's when everything shifts, that's when everything changes. You need to start traveling, you need to get your passport, and you need to go. Like, you need to stop traveling between the states. You actually need to travel around the world. Once you start to travel around the world, that's when everything starts to open up. That's when blessings come in. Hey, Natasha. That's when everything starts to come in. Like, everything starts to shift and change for you when you allow yourself to change your environment. I'm hearing you're around bums all day. People that don't even align to what you to who you really are. When you stay around these bums, when you stay around these people that don't support your biggest accomplishment or achievement, then Red, I hope you're not keep going in and out, because I'm giving you this whole reading. I did start, Red. I'm finna just send this reading to you. I'm not finna start over. I can't start over. Red, really? The biggest lesson, Red, they said, is that you need to travel. You need to stop traveling between the United States. You need to get your passport. You need to travel across seas. Once you start to travel across seas, everything starts to fall in line. Everything starts to make sense. Everything starts to change. They said you're around bums all day. You need to be around people that actually align to who you actually are on a frequency level. They said there is no more games. You need to get your passport and you need to travel. When you travel, everything shifts, everything changes. You make more money that way. They say, purchase your passport. I promise you, everything gonna shift drastically that day. Yeah, you need to get one ASAP though. They said don't even stall on it. You need to get one ASAP though. It don't cost that much. You don't gotta do that much. You just need to go to the passport place where they do passports at. You need to get the piece of paper. You need to make sure you have all the information, your ID, your birth certificate. If you have a social security card, use that, some type of other form of ID, and have about 130 for it. Make sure that you have the passport picture photo, and go handle what you gotta handle. It won't take that much. I got like my passport application in here. The annoying thing is that when I came back from Arizona, not this time but from another time last year in October, I lost my passport. They said once you start traveling, everything shifts, everything changes drastically. Get away from bums. Leave bums alone. Move away from bums. Stop talking to people that don't align to your energy. You need to be alone. You need to be in solitude. You need to just stay to yourself. When you stay to yourself, everything shifts, everything changes. For Red. If anybody got questions, drop your name with your question down below. If you want to get a full read, they are just 10. For red, you got the Queen of Cups. This is you. I feel like somehow, somewhere, you're starting to soften. You're starting to open up. Okay, Natasha. I feel like you're going to start opening up more. 4 of Cups. You're starting to realize something. You're starting to take a hint. I'm hearing you're understanding this was never a no. Sun card is here. Your happiness is here. Spirit's been trying to give you happiness this whole time, but you had to soften up and allow yourself to receive. You haven't been allowing. This is an awakening that you're going through. If you haven't been softening up just yet, Spirit is going to start softening you up due to whatever has happened in your past. Due to betrayal, you're going to start softening up because Spirit is allowing you to see things from a different perspective. Ace of Cups. They've been trying to give you love, red, for a while. For a while. Okay? I don't know if she here. If she done left again, I'm gonna move on. Oh, there she goes. Yes, you are too hard. You are too hard. And you gotta travel. When you're ready to do the classes, let me know. Okay, Natasha, let me know when you sent it, and then I got you. I don't have the little thing to check. My nails been a little liffy. A little liffy. Okay, Natasha. You want it general? It's for Natasha. It's for Natasha. Natasha, you gotta, there's a hurdle that you have to jump. There's something that you have to jump over. This is the next big step. Something is coming in. It's the next big step. It's about moving, and I'm hearing something about Jamaica. 6 of Wands. Know that this will be a success. Know that whatever that you want to do, this could be a project, or you're just hesitant about something. You're hesitant about something that's behind the scenes. Yes, it's saying something about Jamaica. I don't know. I don't see moving. Maybe work or something. The Sun card, this will bring happiness. This will bring joy. But you got to get out your ego, because there could be someone around you. I hear that Baba. That man's mother again. Has made you indecisive about making, like, I feel like you've been pushed to be indecisive, and I also feel like you've been pushed to not really say what you need to say. I feel like you've been trying to keep something secret for a while, but you're having a hard time juggling this secret, or you're having a hard time keeping this quiet from someone. I feel like you need to You're still trying to find balance. There's hesitancy and anxiety. Like you feel like someone is pushing you to do something that you don't want to do. Three of Pentacles is here. Like you feel like you have to work with this person, but you're trying to find definitely some stability. I feel like you're looking for stability. So if you're looking for that, call that stability in, and you'll have it towards the very end of this month. Two of Cups is here. There might be a shift in the dynamics of this relationship with old dude that's, you know, your child's father. There could also be someone new here as well. You got the Page of Wands here. The Page of Wands is here. You're going to discover something in mid-June. You're going to bring something to light in the mid-August months. I see something about August as well. I'm hearing new competition is afloat. This could be dealing with your business. You're going to have to go through a period of change and shifts. You need to be ready for that. This period of change and shifts is only guarding you and protecting you for something worse. Be okay with the shifts. Be okay with the tides. Month of August is looking good for you for money. The month of August is looking good for you for money. Okay. Keep the month of August on your priority list. I'm hearing plan for the month of August, honey. Plan for the month of August. That's crazy. Something about dad and graduation. Thank you for sharing the live, Red. You definitely need to contemplate, and I don't know if you're contemplating about going back to school or getting some type of form of certificate, another certificate, but they say you should definitely go for it. They say you should definitely go for it. Definitely go for it. I don't know if this is a person already in your life. This could be your baby father, but for some reason, I don't know why, I'm hearing step up. Like he's finna step up. Again, like, yeah, new changes are happening around you in your relationship. Yeah, passion and the Ace of Cups. So this could be a new relationship, or this is a reenactment of the old. But this might be a new relationship. Okay. I feel like there might be a new relationship, or this is from the past. But be looking around for him. Or there's something that has to be dealt from the past, and then something new comes in. Queen of Wands. Confidence before you create another burden. Okay. I think that's all that we have for you, Natasha. And Red. Thank y'all. Yeah, a lot of good stuff coming for both of you. You just got to, just minor shifts within your world will make the biggest difference. Minor shifts in your world will make the biggest difference. Okay. So much about change. Oof. So much with change. A lot has changed over here. A lot has changed over here. I hear you, love. I hear you. I definitely understand about the anger part. I definitely hear you. We definitely all changing together. You gotta make an account with the Naoma Red. Once you do that, we can start working. Yeah? I like that. I'll send it to you. Okay. I want to do a collective message. I'm not sure if I want to just yet. I'm not sure if I want to do a collective message on here. I might just put it on YouTube. But I wanted to get Red's reading done. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Hey, love. Oh, do y'all want a collective message? It's a little hot, but not hot. It's humid. It's a little humid, but it's not hot. It's just, I need some water. I want a big jug of water. Yeah, it's a little windy, but not too much. There's definitely been like significant changes. That shifted everything. Like, things are not what they used to be. They are not what they are. Things are not at all what they are. They are not at all what they are. Everything pretty much has shifted. I don't know. Some good and bad. It's weird. It feels weird. I'm glad that he got this little drink, little water. I want to drive somewhere, but it's a Tuesday. It don't feel like Tuesday. I'm also hearing this is the week to ground. This is the week to ground. I'll give y'all a collective message. I needed some water. Thank God. I needed this water. Hey, boo. What does the collective need to hear? What do we need to what do we need to be aware of? For those that like to sit on this live and listen, please get out your notes. I I'm hearing, what are we afraid of? Is really the question. I'm hearing, what are we really afraid of? Is really the question. I'm hearing it's almost time to act in your power. I'm hearing this is going to be an emotional month for many of you. This will be an emotional month for many of you. Not a sad emotional month, a freeing emotional month, a coming back to balance, but finally a breaking free, moving forward. What are we afraid of? Spirit says this is what we need to work through. What fear needs to be worked through? Okay, so we're afraid to still be playful. We're afraid to still. I'm hearing we're afraid to be playful at the wrong time. We're afraid to move on at the right time. We're afraid to do something that is new, that is different, and we don't want ourselves to be at the brink of another sting in our life, because we have the wasp. Sometimes life stings, and then we have the sandpiper, be playful. I feel like we're afraid of taking that next step, saying the funny thing, saying the thing that is different. I also feel like this is also like, but guys, it wasn't that serious. It's not that serious. You're making it more serious than what it is. And because you're making it more serious than what it is, it's not fun anymore. It's not fun to do what you want to do anymore because you made it so serious. Instead of just enjoying the joy that whatever it is that brings it to you. I'm glad that you're here, baby. Hey, Karina. I feel like you're not accepting the level of joy that all of this is coming in for, and it's like you've earned this. You've earned this time period for yourself to start to stand out and play and to shine, and you don't have to be afraid anymore. Like, yes, life is a mystery, but if you're always going to be on I'm doing a collective love. If you're always going to feel like you're on eggshells with a person, then maybe those eggshells are there for a reason. Maybe those eggshells are there for you guys to see that this is a fragile piece or moment. Love, I am not doing any free yes or no messages right now. Hold on. Like, please. You're the only, it's not that many people in here. You don't have to overdo it. I already see it. And I'm not answering it just yet. I'm in a collective, love, please. Spirit is saying watch and wait. Spirit is saying be patient more. I mean, we are in Taurus season. It's not like we shouldn't be patient. Like, life is a mystery. Like, they're saying something has to be learned. Okay, thank you. Something has to be learned from the past. Spirit is saying if you still kind of feel stuck from, say you still kind of feel stuck from the last full moon cycle, it's because there's still something that your person or this other person that you are connecting to is still learning. They're still learning something. They're still learning something. Okay. Jupiter is in Gemini. I feel like Jupiter could have had a role in something. I feel like Jupiter had maybe an aspect to the moon last time. So there could be still, Jupiter is about higher learning. There's a higher lesson. There's a higher message. Spirit is saying watch and wait for the encounter. It's going to be magical. Wait for the right moment. Yeah, the Lovers is a choice. There's still choices that are being made. I'm hearing the door is still open. You might think you've made it close, but the door is still open. I'm still hearing the message from whatever is for you will not pass you by. Sometimes what is for you was given as a sneak peek into, it was here to foreshadow the next show. It was here to foreshadow the next show. The peek into your new life was a foreshadowment of your next evolution. When we're in this Taurus, this is we're halfway through the moon cycles. And I feel like this lunation is here for a big, massive rebirth. Whatever's sent here to try to kill you, whatever is sent here to try to make you feel that you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, is actually the thing that's going to further you along your path. I'm hearing it's not over yet. The smoke is just now clearing. I'm also hearing, I feel like the month of April was the test. There's still a test. This was a test. Some of you failed, some of you didn't. Nine of Wands, it's about, babies, this is still about your faith. Nine of Wands. This is still about your level of faith in the divine. This doesn't look good. It doesn't look like how you want it to look. It doesn't look exactly how you thought it would look. It doesn't look like any of it. You've gone on this road, you sat here and you're still sitting here and you're wondering and you're still in this little bit of worry, like, is this really the road that I chose? Is this the road that I'm supposed to be on? And they said, no, this is the road to exit the road you wasn't supposed to be on. You're exiting for more. You're exiting for more. the Hangman. There was a holdup. There was this shift of thank you, Neptune and Aries. There was this shift of paradigm that woke you up, and you're still waking up from this sleepy fog. Like, we're still in a month of Neptune and Aries. We're still waking up from this fog. Let me put this in perspective, because now I'm going to start cooking. I had this reflection earlier today, and it was about 2012. Neptune went into Pisces. And wherever you were in 2012, I know for me, I was in high school. So the dreams that I had around 2012, I'm going to be honest, they said that it did happen. It actually did happen. Everything that you wanted actually happened. But now that you're waking up from that spell, and you're waking up from that intention that you set many years ago, now you're realizing maybe that wasn't the dream that I always wanted to live under in the first place. Maybe whatever dream that I thought that I wanted, it's not that anymore. And so now you're feeling confused because you're waking up from this sleep, from this spell, from this coma. And now you're seeing like, okay, maybe that's not what I wanted. And so this paradigm shift, and like, it almost feels like you're still holding on to the past. But you're holding on to what you might have used to do that will circum this evolution. Like, that's confirmation. It's like, I'm hearing you're trying to, like, through all of that fog, you were trying to find you. 5 of Cups in the reverse. So it's like, I'm hearing I'm standing tall, and I'm remembering what was behind me. I'm standing tall. I'm remembering what was really there. The 2 of Cups. We talked about this the other day. You might have had a fairy tale about what your ideal person is, and you set that intention that many years ago, that 14 years ago. And now you see this, you actually see the person, because the person has already been manifested through that 14-year cycle. Now you're looking at this view of this dream person that you manifested. That's why that 2 of Cups came up. And you're seeing, like, is this the person that now reflects the embodiment of all that I've learned through every other transit up to this point? And does it make logical sense? I'm hearing Neptune and Pisces was a Build-A-Bear show. And now Neptune and Aries is like, no, you got to actually be that now. Neptune and Pisces was about your potential. And now it's saying embody that potential. Spirit is saying, like, now, whatever that dream that's in front of you now, you're now assessing it. Can you please put in the chat, like, do you feel that now, after like 14 years ago, you're starting to see that you had this dream, like you're living the dream that you maybe had, like one part of the dream, and you see it, but it's dissolving, or you're seeing that it's now dissolving, and now that there's something different, like it's something is trying to shift, trying to take hold, but now it's like Spirit is, it's not, Spirit is asking, does this make logical sense before we move forward? Can someone put in the chat, like, if you've gone through this period of, I've seen this, I'm not answering any questions, I've seen this part of this dream that I've had, and now this dream looks like it's dissolving. I need to know if someone has that feeling. If not, please, like, or at least let me know if I'm actually describing it the way that I can. I don't know. Any of you, like, okay, 10 of Cups, like, I'm hearing, does this make you feel good? I'm hearing, was this all that you really wanted? 10 of Cups is about, I'm hearing commitment. I'm hearing commitment right now. I'm hearing about emotional commitment right now. Does this make you emotionally fulfilled? Does this make you feel emotionally fulfilled? Does this actually fulfill you? Thank you. Does this fulfill me? I guess nobody wanted to answer my question, but they want to ask questions. You could say, no, I haven't felt that yet. It's not necessarily a dream. It's a dream life. It's like a vision that you've had for your life, and now it's you see it in front of you. You see this dream that you've drummed of for so long, and now you see it really in your face. You see it here, but you're whole hum about it because now it's really not the dream that you wanted. This dream was a false dream. This dream was a false dream that was sold to you at a time period where they were making celebrities, Hollywood, more fabricated than ever than before. And now it was time to, like, that was a time of influence. Like, that was a time of, oh, I'm being influenced by such and such's dream, and I'm asking, is this really the dream that you wanted? I'm hearing no. A lot of y'all's dreams were fraudulent. Not because you were, some of you were in high school. I was in high school. And so now Spirit is saying, I don't know why I'm hearing, well, damn it, cuz we got to go back and get some more. Like, that wasn't the dream. That was it. And if it was a yes and a no, it wasn't the full dream. It was a half of a dream that wouldn't make sense, which would deplore, which will decay after a long time. Hey, Liv. It wouldn't last long. This dream that you've had wouldn't last long. Not the way that everyone was going. Okay? It has been dissolved. Okay. now a new, okay, I don't know the date right now. The date is not in, they said the date is not in front of her. But there is a new date really starting in July. Ugh, I wish it was starting in May. But May is going, okay, you know what it is? July is going to, wait, hold on. May is going to give you the true fulfillment of the gift that's coming online just for yourself. July is going to showcase the new dream because Uranus has to go into Gemini. There's a reason why Uranus has to be in Gemini, and it's going to reflect the dream more crystal clear to you because Gemini rules the inner child. So there's going to be a more crystal clear dream that will come to a lot of you in the month of July. Now, they said that dream is starting to come online in the month of May. It popped in the month of April. But this dream is now going to start to, this old dream is going to start to decay. You're going to see it more in the month of May because what's being replaced, what is being replaced now is the new dream that you dreamt of ever since you were really a little girl instead of the 2012 dream. And I hear what you're saying about 2008 as well. It can go back as far as that time too. But what the spirit is saying is like, thought that you wanted in the last 14 years is now going to drastically, shiftly change. So get ready for it. And it's going to be a little scary to some of you because it's going to shake you. You're going to have dreams about what your inner child wanted to do. You're going to start having dreams of different visions, different colors that your inner child used to do. And you're going to be overly drawn to those things. Now, I'm hearing Spirit saying, now, some people will be back. Because when you started to fall in this false dream, 2009, 2008, 2011, even 2007. I've seen 2007 earlier today, I believe, or yesterday. You're going to start to, those people that were along that ride with you, that and everything completely shattered, is because in that time, it's because it didn't support the false matrix dream. And so those certain people might return, love. High school sweetheart, marriage, family, kids, well off. Exactly. I just seen an old friend earlier today, way back from high school. Exactly. I'm not answering any free yes or no questions. Exactly. So those people are going to start coming into your life. Those people that you were supposed to work with, those people that you could have supposed to been married to, accountability and vision, children that you were supposed to have, places that you were supposed to go, people that you were supposed to meet. Things are finna drastically change and no one knows about it. They think the drastic change is going to be more about technology. No, the drastic change is actually going to happen into both of your individual lives. And May is going to give you the real key and the occurrence of who your real twin flame is and are. Spirit is saying you're not going to get out of May without the purpose and the driven drive to go forward. You're not going to have the tools. You're not going to have the tools that you need to move forward. You need the tools in the month of May. You need the resources. May is Taurus. You're going to need the resources. Once you get into Gemini season, that's where things you're navigating. You're starting to really pull off from the gate. You had to stop somewhere on the road to get things fixed. Like, things are needing to be fixed. Things are broken. Something is not fixing. So Spirit is saying there has to be they said no more. I'm hearing the foundation was totally off. Someone's vision, I'm hearing, was blocked. A lot of y'all's vision was blocked. And a lot of you are star seeds that are starting to see what is the real truth about this vision that you felt for so long. And this vision started to really come in fully in 2024, and you've seen it come in, but it's starting to slip away more because there's something that's meeting the eye, that something needs to come online. Something has to be seen. And what has to be seen, Spirit says, is really your transformed self. But this is a very slow process. And this is the year of the snake. Like, someone has to really shed old skin. So when you feel like, I don't know what's happening next, you feel very unshaky, the ground is finna shake more. The ground is finna shake more. And the reason why the ground is going to shake more is because there is a doubtful edge of needing to take accountability so the vision can move forward. Half of you are star seed couples and more, and this is about, May is saying, I have to give you it all. Let's get a May card. May is saying, there's vision again. Spirit is saying a lot of you are going through the divine masculine is really going through the dark night of the soul. They're going through the dark night of the soul so that they can finally see themselves. Like, they're getting shedded so bad because it's like your loyalty has been off. Your loyalty has been way off. And your loyalty has been so off that your vision is off. And you can't even really meditate for long because your vision is so not clear anymore. Like, it's damaged, Spirit says. Spirit is saying, like, I can't give you any more because you keep holding on to the old. I need to get some fruit because I did say, hey, you got to eat the fruit to get the message. Water can take over anything, but this is not enough water. I gotta get some fruit. You gotta put it in your body. This moon cycle, you gotta eat your fruit, like, to get the actual message. And it's not lying. Like, yes, you're like, but it's very, 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 very important to eat fruit. Very, very important to eat fruit right now. Or you need to be visualizing fruit, but eating the fruit. Eating light. Eating clean. Um, shit, I was almost finna choose to do something stupid again, but it's like, bro, no. Cloud meditation. I'm hearing, look up. What did you see? What did you saw? I'm hearing there's a new destination that you saw. You saw what you were supposed to see. You saw what you saw. You saw what the message was all along. Stay aligned to that message. Stay aligned to that message. He said, stop giving up on soft stuff that really don't belong, Spirit says. And they say, y'all really need to learn how to get along. I'm hearing there's a lot of people that's going to come back. There's a second wave of awakening. There's going to be a aha moment. Really Thursday. There's going to be an aha moment on Thursday. We have splendor. And beginnings in the back of the deck. You thought that this is what you wanted. You thought that this is what you wanted. And now that it's dissolving, or it's walking away from you, or it's moving away and it keeps moving, you're not stopping, nor are you chasing after it. You're just letting it dissolve and move. Neptune is tricky. Neptune and Aries, everything is dissolving faster. It's going through the realm of fire. So you're like, wait, what? I'm also hearing you thought you were going to be hidden for some time. I would say Aries risings, Cancer risings, and Libra risings. You thought you was going to not be seen for a while. You thought that you could take this further. Like the Cardinals got hit quicker, faster, and more. Capricorn risings are going through like, I don't know if I want this in my home. Because it's happening in their 4th house. So they're like, I don't know if I should move this way anymore in private. Because they know that they're getting an opposition to themselves in their 4th house. In their 10th house, and they know that Jupiter is going to be, they know that in October, there is a reform of their public image. They're going to get accolades. They're going to get the rewards. Like something gets put to rest in their 10th house finally. they finally are seen for who they are. They're finally seen for being in balance. But Cancer risings are fidgety and scared right now because it's like they gotta clean up home in a way before October, or there will be a feeling of disclosure or a feeling of something is now, like they're giving it, like Neptune in Aries is saying it's time to clean up the mess. It's time to clean up the act. 7722. They're saying it's really time to embody what you've always acted on. It's time to really, like, that's why May is coming around and be like, if you feel like you couldn't act, if you couldn't really fully embody the enactment of who you say that you truly are, I'm finna give you the resources, I'm finna give you the tools to actually move in that action. Some of you got it early because there was like pressure now where it's like, okay, I'm finna strip everything away from you in this moment, and it's blink twice, but there's going to be something right back in front of you that you really needed more. And so Spirit is going to be like, okay, this is going to look really wonky, this is going to look a little crazy. I need you to understand that, hey, that there's movement, there's motivation, and we need you there. We need you actually in that mode, because there's going to be so much more that comes for you. And don't be responsible for holding the karmic loop for someone else, because you need to be out of that karmic loop. You're just needing to show a level of grace through your aura, through your truth. The way that you walk in this next step of your life is going to really show up for you. It's going to really show you, okay, now I can see. It's the way I'm saying this is still a little confusing, because there's still pounds of amount of people that you're looking for to be on this other side with you. But Spirit is saying those people might not be anymore. They said, Shawty, we shifted into a whole different paradigm. And this paradigm is saying you actually have to act. This is not, act this way in the real world. This is not acting on the stage. This is actually being authentically who you say you are. Pluto and Aquarius. Authenticity. You have to be authentic. Like wherever you walk, you're having to be authentic, and it's like, slow your roll. There's things that what dissolved was inauthentic. They said Neptune and Pisces loves to get that hope flare a little bit, that dream, like, oh, everything is going to be all right. Neptune and Aries is just going to be raw and demanding of the full embodiment of your authenticity. It's not going to give you, it's not going to have as the authenticity, especially with Pluto and Aquarius, and those are going to make aspects throughout this whole next millennium. And it's like, yeah, I feel like it's going to make a trine. Whatever it wants to make a trine, Neptune and Aries with Pluto and Aquarius is going to be like, no, you got to be authentically, and authenticity has to be you, the self, Aries. So, what's the next message? They say it's a little scary, y'all. But May brings emotional fulfillment. It gives you what you're looking for. They said, we promise you so. We promise you so. They said, I know it looks a little scary, but we promise that May season will give you what you're looking for. It will finally open up the doors. It will give you the emotional fulfillment. You thought that you wanted this. No, you really want this. And that's what these transits are asking you guys for. Yeah, just message me that. So Spirit is saying, whatever false matrix try to teach you or try to inform you or try to put inside of you around 2008, 2012, that is now all going to be dissolved. That's all dissolved. That's all walking away from you now. The relationship, even if the relationship is new, it's like, if it's inauthentic, it has to go. Hey, loves. I am doing a collective message. So everything has to go. And it's not that we want to punish you. It's not that you did anything wrong. It's just time for something new. So what has dissolved in your life that you wanted to hold on to that felt very like, I can't be the only one. I can't be the only one. Because maybe we're in two different paradigms. What dissolved, if you can put it in the chat right now, what dissolved in the last all of April? What dissolved in your life that just got, like, it just got taken up in a storm? What dissolved? What changed? What shifted so drastically that you're still fucking confused about? And I'm hearing you're still going to be confused about it for a while, and it's like, fuck. But May is going to give you reform. They said, we promise you that. Like, y'all think that, like, I'm holding on to a point where it's like, bro, I see the good coming in. I promise you I do, but I am still fucking confused. I'm still very, 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 very confused. I thought this was actually going to happen. So connections, people. What else? Who else had something dissolve in their life that just felt, whoa. I saw it coming. I wouldn't say that I was in denial, but I would say I thought it could change. They said when we get a little bit more people that can respond, then we will move on to something else that is up under that energy. I thought for a fact it wouldn't. I'm hearing faith. Yeah, like there was a dissolvement. And it's like, no, baby, that's not it. That's not what you're looking for. My stomach is turning. I'm feeling a little knots, okay? Let it go. It scared you guys. It scared you. It scared you. They said, yep, it did scare you. But if you're still holding on as far as your faith is still aligned, it's still intact, and you're like, okay, I feel that there's some... Manifestation is fire. Allow whatever big bungle shit came through and it left. There's something so big that's coming. Something so huge that's coming. Something that's going to replace it all. Like you're not chasing it anymore. Like you want to chase it. It's like you want to chase it, eh? But it's like wait, there's something that's coming on the horizon and I can feel it. But Spirit is saying Wednesday and Thursday, there's going to be a shake up. The floor is going to shake. So stay grounded, because there's more. I'm hearing more is going to get taken, more is going to be given. You're right. You said you weren't chasing anything. I DM'd you, but it's too personal with feedback. Okay. Like, there's more. Like, something finna shape. I'm threading right now. I'm finna take it up. You lost your job. See, that's Spirit is saying what you were supposed to be doing, Jazz, with that domestic I can't say it on here, but I'm just going to say the domestic violence thing. That is what you're supposed to be doing. And Jazz, you're supposed to be designing clothes. Spirit is saying, like, I'm going to divide and delegate even more this week. By the weekend, you're not going to want them anymore. Spirit is saying, by the weekend, you're not going to want what you thought you wanted anymore. It's going to be gone. So Spirit is saying, if you want more, say, hey, take it. Take it all. Take it all. Take it all. Take what doesn't align. Take everything that doesn't align. Take it all. Because this super new moon with this full moon in Scorpio, this is a snake energy. People are, I don't see it. I feel like this is a vacuum right now. I feel like this moon cycle, you thought the last lunation cycle was the vacuum. No, this is the vacuum. We're going to take more. They say you're not going to be ready for this. No one was prepared for this. No one was prepared for this level of misfortune. But nobody was ready for this fortune. It's a swap. This is a swap meet. They said, do you want me to take it now, or do you want me to take it in the next lunation cycle? You don't want me to take it in the next lunation cycle. You want me to take more from you right now than the next lunation cycle. Because the next lunation cycle, you will be tricked. This lunation cycle, you want me to take it all. What's not dreamy, what's not sexy, what's not real, what's not, none of that. None of what you thought that you wanted, it's being taken. And so it shall be. Don't be afraid of this. Don't be afraid of the cycles. The only way to get these manifestations through every single lunation cycle is by allowing more. You want more? then you have to allow that more. And whatever it takes to get that level of more in your life and landed and sticking is allowing yourself to allow it to stick. Get out the way. You did the work, didn't you? It's like you're building a home. You manifested that idea. You manifested the money. You manifested. That's the work that you did. When you have already gone and did the work, you step the fuck out the way and you allow that next thing, the manifestation, to work for you. That's the next step. When you've already manifested it, you get the fuck out the way. And you allow the work to be done. You allow the people to come in. You allow the people to set up because you've already set the stage. You must be vibrating so low that you still continue to be manifesting what is not for you. Or it's this. Or it's this. Or it can be the same thing, or you're still learning the lesson, or you're still manifesting the lesson instead of finishing the race. Manifest finishing the race. Some of you are still in this cycle of manifesting knowledge instead of weaving the wisdom in your life. Instead of weaving the wisdom as allowing yourself to adapt to the wisdom. Like, it's time to adapt to the wisdom. It's time to adapt to it more. When you start to adapt to the wisdom, this Four of Cups is still here. Like, Four of Cups. Your mind is not the greatest vision of what God has for you. Your mind is not the greatest vision that God has for you. Your mind, ideas, is not the greatest vision that God has for you. It's the start that God has for you. It's the start. And when you get this cup, you're like, oh, I want more. This is the other side. I'm discontent, discontentment, dissatisfaction. The end of this cycle of the cups is contentment in what you have. So if we're not understanding emotions, we're not understanding the current, or we're not understanding ourselves, or we're not understanding the hero's journey when it goes through the emotional realms. At the first of Cups, you have the Ace of Cups. This is the cup of holiness and divinity. This cup has always been there. You know what the Two of Cups is? This is the mirrored divine reflection of the self. The Two of Cups is the manifestation of the mirrored divine within the self. The Ace of Cups is the divine. The Two of Cups is the sharing reflection of the self, which is the divine. It is staring at self. The Three of Cups is the Holy Trinity of the mergence of the manifested divine within self that creates the divinity of the unification and celebration of you and the divine. The Four of Cups is the departure part of understanding that there is more. And because we stay in this Three of Cups energy, where we get drunk on just this dual energy of choice, we forget that the Five of Cups is the actual break of you feeling separate from the divine, but the divine was the first cup. And the divine is giving you a fourth cup. Why are we getting stuck at the Four? Because in Four of Pentacles, you can see them holding the Pentacles. So you can see it as them needing to let go, or needing to save, or needing to protect, or they're hoarding. It is the perception of where you're at when you are vibrating at energies of Four. You're only here to build so that the plenty will come in. Four of Cups has a hard time integrating their emotional awareness of their periods of creation. The Three of Cups is afraid to move on to reflect in the arrangement of what the Four of Cups wants to provide. But we gonna get deeper. Why is the Four of Cups in this? Hold on now. They always be jumping. Why is the Four of Cups always in this energy? Why is the Four of Cups in this place of discontentment, boredom, everything that the Four of Cups means? Why is it in this energy? Ooh, I'm feeling a lot of energy coming. It's coming from the feminine. I just felt it come through here. I have orange calcite. Creativity, the pleasure of bringing something new, sensuality and sexuality. So yes, they're afraid of what's new. They want to be back at dual. They're having a hard time. The Three of Cups is also about creativity, celebration, friendships. Again, that's what I said, they are having a hard time integrating their creative emotional power. This is where you get into a place of, oh, I want them, but I don't want them. But the first cup was the divine, and the divine is coming back in the original Rider-Waite deck, another cup. So Spirit is saying it's time to change your perception. And see, this message is not going to land until you eat your fruit and until you drink your water. Because Spirit is saying, let's get into this. I'm giving you a gift. Look at that. I'm giving you a chance to perceive love from a different way. I'm giving you a chance to perceive love from the language of some of them. I'm giving you a different language. I'm giving you something that will hurt you, that will cause burdens, that will cause you to feel backaches. And I'm going to give you something that feels like the whole world is on your back, like the whole world is on your shoulders. I'm going to make you see me, Saturn, to fight, but also dance and surrender to renewal. I'm going to give you heaven in its actual space. I'm going to give you heaven in its actual space. I'm going to give you Venus. I'm going to give you her. I'm finna give you Earth. I'm finna give you the whole world. The oyster. I'm finna give you what you have always been looking for. Your plans, which you've created, which you have mastered. Woo! Saturn is going to go back into Aries. Venus will still be in Aries for the rest of the month. So this energy is saying Saturn in Aries is going to teach the Venus in Aries energy, the women. Okay? It's going to teach Leo what is the depth of your self-love and love for others. This is where the fire, the passion, the energy is going to come online. When Neptune and Aries, Saturn and Aries, Venus and Aries, Mars and Leo, and they create this, they're creating something new. Again, Ace of Cups. This is where your real love language comes. It starts to speak to your soul. You start to actually speak it again. You actually get to speak the language of love. And I'm going to really start to teach you how to speak the language of love. How far you go, how much you step back. And see, that language of love is going to start to showcase to you how deep you really go. I mean, you're going to understand the divine so much more than you ever thought. You're going to understand the divine so much more than you've ever realized. You actually get to come back into it. You're going to sit at the seat of the divine. in which therefore you will finally see at the seat of what you've been looking for. What's been the weed in your own home? You're going to finally know what's the weed in your own home. You're going to finally know what's in your subconscious. You're going to finally know, because we're going through water too. Jupiter is going to be in Cancer, so you're going to feel the nostalgia eventually. So this time we're just preparing ourselves to unravel Venus. How to go home to self. How to sit with the divine. How to get back into your senses. How to get your energy going. How to get your kick going. How to really find you. And you're putting yourself back into the original you. You're finally recasting the spell, but in the right form of way now. You're going to cast what is time. So this is like Venus 2.0. This is where, y'all, just stick with me. I see where it's going. It's going to be succulent, seductive. And you're going to find your ribbon. You're going to find the thread to your universe. And when you find the thread to your universe, you actually become her. You actually become her. You actually become her. You never distance yourself away from her. You've always been her. You're going to find 2019 self. You're going to find the girl that used to be there. And what does she mean? What does she mean? What does she really want to say? What was her real message at that time? What was she birthing? What was she birthing? What was she trying to birth? 8:15 on the clock. What was she trying to birth? And so once we get that, we start to see something even more beautiful. We actually start to see us. We actually start to see what we really wanted. There was a peek through the veil within the dream, where that's where all possibilities happen. That's where all the legacy, the truth, everything comes online. You actually peer through the veil. You actually see it. So what you're going to do is you're going to use pink. You're going to wear pink. You're going to feel in pink. You're going to do more in pink. And you're going to feel your vibration. I feel it right now when you wear pink. If you channel pink, you can feel your body actually vibrating. So you're going to use this to tune in. You're going to use soft pastels. You're going to tune in. You're going to tune in. You're going to tune out. And you're going to tune into the frequency. You're doing an attunement. And things are going to move rapidly fast. I'm going to show you how. I'm going to show you how. Okay? This video will be downloaded. I'm going to show you how. But you have to discard. But wait a minute. This is where I am actually going to show you your superpowers. So this is the thing. Not a lot of you will be able to be a part. Okay? The thing is that I'm not going to allow anything that will disturb the vibration that we're going to actually lead ourselves into. We're going to allow ourselves to stay in our Ten of Cups energy. This is how we're going to pierce through the veil. Our Ani is going to shift. Our energy is going to shift. Our power is going to shift. we're going to shift. We're going to do something completely different. There we go. I see the difference. Temperance. What are we calling in? As we step in through this veil, as we step into, hey baby, we're doing collective. Something had to end. A fall, a facade. King of Pentacles can deal with our legacy as well. There's a fog in the divine masculines. Okay? That there is going to be some type of form of clarity, some type of form of truth, some type of form of exiting. Realizing very clearly, when you're opening this veil and you're piercing this veil, when you're opening yourself up to this side of you that you haven't seen in a long time, or really you're going to have to start to build this, but this has had to have been built. You start to actually peer into, not right now, love. You start to peer into what is real. You start to peer into what is real. What you've really dreamed of. And that is where everything starts to make sense. We have the Prince of Cups. There's actually a cup that will be given. I'm hearing truth. I'm hearing something happened in 2012. I'm hearing something happened in 2012. 2012 put under a spell. 2012 put under a spell. Yeah. What do they try to end for us in our lives? I'm not doing any questions right now. What are they trying to do in our lives at this moment? I mean, what did they try to end in our lives in 2012? Again, I'm hearing silence. I'm hearing silence. Yep. To stop the flow of real communication. I'm also hearing the spirit of information. Hey, Sarah. The spirit of information, the Fool. The new frontier. I'm also hearing new media. New everything. That's why I said about something about Uranus and Gemini. Like, May, you'll finally understand who your real true twin flame is. July, also May, that you'll get your resources and fulfillment for this new frontier. a home next for the next generations. New frontier. They really try to silence us before the new frontier. It took a long time to do it. This is what happened in 2020, 2021. That's why they stopped. On the other side of 2022, really 2021, everything shifted. Everything looked different. There was silence. There was quietness. But someone is saying here, it's time to use your voice. Time to use your fire. Time to burn through. To burn through. Page of Wands. Prince of Wands is here. It's time to rediscover. There's some form of exploration. I'm hearing a diamond. Something that clicks. Something that just pierces the veil. Like something that just goes in so fast. Like it just moves and moves through you. Like a spark. This is happening in June, July. There's finna be a different shift. There's a light that's coming. There's something that's coming in. There's light. There's high light coming into the crown, coming from the crown, coming into the divine masculines. Also the right side of your brain. I'm picking up something that's going to move fast in the month of August. I'm seeing August too. I'm seeing everything is moving faster. I'm hearing there is no more summer. All the way in fall. I'm hearing y'all are going to feel like you didn't have a summer. I'm hearing a dead fog, like a fog over something, like something's coming. There is a wide awakening. There's an awakening. I'm hearing protests all summer. There is an awakening. Something is moving faster. Something is changing. Something is changing. This is something that you don't see coming. Everything will fall. Don't be surprised about this summer. There is a fall. I see a shake. I just seen a shake in the White House. Like something like being shooken. Like I see the politicians in their faces. Like something falls. Something moves. I'm seeing throughout the summer months. It creeps on you. It's old. Like these are transits from the Civil War. These are transits like this is some old crooked road of old. A fight. It moves. It's shifting. Princess of Pentacles. This is why right now you're going to feel tomorrow and Thursday something is going to be ungrounding. Like something going to shake up under us. Something going to move up under us. Something going to be whoop. It's going to get taken. You going to see it get taken. You going to see it move so fast like it's going to erupt. The magician is back. There is an awakening. That's what I see. Yeah. I need some more light. We might have to go. I don't want to go inside, but we need some more light. The magician is here. I don't like this. It's kind of blurring. The magician is here. The magician But with these coming down, I'm hearing this is nothing to fear, but the earth is going to rumble. There is going to be a snake taken out. There is going to be a shed, a 3 of Pentacles. There is going to be, I feel like Trump, and I wrote about this, I feel like Trump is going to, it's something about cut us off from the union. This is the same energy from the Civil War. They said I'm hearing he not gonna play with them. He gonna cut something off. Something is gonna get cut off. 3 of Pentacles. A collaboration, something from this, something 10 of Pentacles, something that was long term. And I feel like there's going to be an additional. Something will be added. This, okay. All I'm feeling, I don't know about y'all. I'm just seeing, Lord, I'm sorry. I'm just seeing something getting removed, something getting replaced, something getting removed, something getting replaced, something getting moved, something getting replaced. Like everything, there's just swapping back and forth. It's like a swap meet. I told y'all at the beginning of this year, ping pong match. Boom, 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 boom. Like, we gonna feel it. We had Princess of Swords, 7 of Cups, and 8 of Cups. There is going to be ruin. There will be ruin. There will be a feeling of ruin. Like everything that I built. There might be an earthquake. I'm seeing some type of form of earthquake. There could be a tsunami coming. I'm hearing 8 of Wands, 2 of Swords. This is going to be so fast. So fast that it's going to humble you. It's going to be so fast that it's going to humble you. It's just going to make you sit down. It's going to make you really think. It's going to make you really feel. I'm hearing cybersecurity, enemies on the attack, fights in the air, world war, possible of World War III. Tensions will flare. Summer is here. Some of you are going to want to go back. I'm hearing this is war. This is tactic. This is tactic. This is tactic. Stay by who you knew. This is fast movement. Families are going to have to come together. I promise you, there will be a shake. Got Queen of Swords here. There is movement. There is movement. There is cutting through a veil. Like I said, we are moving. The moon on the other side of this. Don't be afraid. We got to go back. I'm hearing we got to go back to get more. Let the summer months be your next venture. Let the summer months be your next venture. We are really cutting through a veil of our fear. Our greatest fear. This is the month of where we cut out our greatest fear. Okay? For big emotional fulfillment. That's all I need you to know. If you ain't heard nothing else, just know that May is about cutting through your big, ferocious fear for the biggest emotional fulfillment of your lifetime. This is the year. Y'all think year of abundance is still here, they said. Big year of abundance is still here. Don't let it ever, 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 ever. I'm going to shake my locks. Don't let it ever, 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 ever make you feel down. Look at the 10 of Cups popping back out again. They wanted to say hello. To remind y'all, it's 8:33 on the clock. There is an emotional fulfillment that's here. There is contentment. Don't let it hit you out the storm. I should go inside, but I really don't want to. I really want to just be outside and be excited and running up and down the streets. But I got somewhere to go tomorrow. I just realized that. Ugh. I just realized that. Okay, so determination. Someone could be not reaching out. There could be some type of level of blockages at this time. Someone could be broke. There could be air. This person could be an air sign. Time of the essence and fate. Woo! Watch out what you're looking for. Watch out for what you're looking for. Okay? There is some time of the essence. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. Y'all ready? Y'all, I really don't want to go back inside. I don't. But we gonna have to, because I gotta tell y'all something. And I really don't feel like it. Put a green heart if you're still in this live. Please let me know. Please participate. Put a green heart if you're still in this live. Thank you. Put a green heart in the live if you're still here. I gotta go in and give y'all dates. I gotta actually look at something. My job is never done. Come on, y'all. I need green hearts. Thank you. Green hearts. Green hearts to let me know if you're still here. If you are working on it, I apologize. But look, I need some participate on. Some participation. All I see is Natasha. Natasha is the only green person in here, please. I'm finna send y'all to the moon. I'm finna send y'all back to the moon. What are y'all talking about? Y'all just be in here just watching? Or is y'all just gonna just... Let me have a green heart. I only see Natasha and Nicole. Where is the green hearts? Speak to me now. Y'all be wanting everything else. Speak to me. Holler at me. Tell me that you hear. Okay? But I guess that's the only two. The only two that want to give the green heart. Goodness. Okay, I guess that's how y'all feeling. I don't know. Maybe I don't see it. Maybe it don't want to pop up. I don't know. This y'all's prerogative. It ain't mine no more. Okay? Let's just, we just gonna work with the energy that is readily available to send us to the motherfucking moon. Okay? I'm ready to send my own self to the moon. Don't let Scorpio hit you out the door, okay? Again, y'all need some water. I'm gonna go find me some fruit in here. See if I can juice my life to the heavens. Okay? I wasn't lying. I'm not lying. I'm trying to get it all out. I don't want to overdo the live. I don't want to overdo the message, because that's not what we're trying to do here. But look, Spirit got a calling. Spirit says something is definitely on the horizon. It is not just some short life shit. This is some magic. Okay? This is a miracle. Okay? There's going to be some miracles that happen in the month of July too. Don't let July hit you out the door. July got some good shit. Okay? Okay? If you feel like everything just going to shit in shit plucks, I'm sorry. Let it go to sheep plucks. Okay? Let it go to the boom booms of the boom booms. Just let it go. Don't let it distract you no more. Baby, if you know the mission, baby, if you know the mission, you know the mission. Okay? The mission still stands. The mission ain't changed. It's just some new attachments gonna have to be added, honey, before things can move forward. It's some things that have to move forward first. Stay on the path. The mission it ain't nothing else. Look, if you need to go to school, you need to go to school. If you need to move somewhere, you need to move somewhere. If you need to get your job in order, you need to get your job in order. You still got to move through life. Life is still lifing. But just know that everything finna shift. So you need to follow through the plan of what is going to be stable through this massive shift. And this is where this lunation and Scorpio going to tell you when. Scorpio going to tell you when, going to tell you how, and how you going to be able to move forward. What is it that you going to be able to shift into that's going to be so stable? You looking for stability? Well, stability is on the map, baby. But we're going through a massive amounts of chaos. So why not ask for stability? Because you know, okay. You know that there's not going to be necessary stability through the chaos. You know that the chaos is here is to rip something up and to pull something up, right? We're gardening. We're in gardening seasons. So if there's so much energy at play, then you know that there's so much magic and shifting and serendipity at play. What you feel in your bones is the apical energy that you can utilize at this time. When you're feeling these things, you can play on that part of the magic, or you can sit and observe in it. But you will know how. Once you start to tune into the universal codes and the energies and the vibrations that is happening, this is where you start to utilize your empathy. Instead of and this is where you always have to ground. You got to make sure you ground, baby. Ground, honey. Ground. And the way that I ground is staying on top of my studies. If you want to understand how to work with energy, then you need to utilize your Mars sign. That's where you need to be working with your energy. If you want to learn how to work with magic, you need to utilize your 6th house. You need to utilize the codes of your rhythmic design back to self, who you are, by utilizing your birth chart. You find fulfillment in your 6th house. You find how you are designed from your 6th house. You understand your system from your 6th house. You know what you need to be doing day to day to find that fulfillment. This is the house of choice. This is a house of meetings too. Pending karma. You know exactly what you are here to do. By utilizing your birth chart, you understand what you are here to do. And you don't forget about it. Sometimes you got to sit with the energy to understand what is coming. So if you know that chaos is here, then you just know that something really big is finna erupt in it. It's how big is it? How big is the eruption? If you know it's big, baby, really surrender, because something really good finna come. If you know it's small, you know something is gonna come in. That's where you change your perception, you change your mindset, you change the emotion. When you change the perception, you change the emotional attachment to the thing that you are perceiving. And then when you learn what the emotional attachment was, and you change the emotion behind what you are perceiving, either if it's good or bad, you change the perception of it immediately through the emotional attachment. And then once you understand that you are now change perception of the emotions behind the perception, you can finally remove the emotional attachment, observe, and that's when serendipity comes in, because you haven't attached or looked at the idea or the thing of it as dual. You look at it as all, you accept it as all, and then you are able to relatch off of being so detached to something from a 3D construct of the matrix, where now you're able to allow serendipity, luck, fortune, all that good magic happen in the pot. And then you are able to vibrate, because you're already vibrating at that level of frequency where you get to choose more infinite possibilities. I am giving you the gene and the philosopher's stone at this very moment. If you want to use it, you will will it at your command. It's 8:44 on this clock. That's how you get it done, bitch. Okay? That's the magic. I just explained it to you. You're holding on to an idea where you're not evolutionizing your consciousness, because you're not tapping into your subconscious to make the greatest permanent change. Your subconscious is your permanent change, your permanent thing that must be erupted. Thank you, Jazz. So when you create that masterful change in your subconscious, where, oh shit, I can change my perception about what I'm viewing in my life that's happening. I can look at it as good or bad. My subconscious doesn't know such a thing. So now that I can feed my subconscious the truth of what I want to perceive in my reality as good, it will now reflect back into me, that now that I change my emotion behind what I feel that I'm perceiving, and then catch on to the attachment part to relatch and recognize, oh, I am to feel good about all, to reconnect to the all. To stand up in forthrightness, to understand that this is layers of truth, and I feel good about it. There's so much possibilities. There's so much creativity. When you look at your throat is really deals with thoughts. Your thought is this extra elemental where it goes beyond air. Air is 3D. You need it all to live down here. You need air to live down here. You need it to breathe. But up there, you are breathing through a circumference of a different type of layer that is not like you, because you have not become like itself by becoming the self once more. To remember that you are the cosmic organ, the cosmic seed, the cosmic star seed, hello, of what you used to perceive and be. You've already been freed. But down here, you are feeling that you are separate from the very thing of who you are, but the very thing of who you are is already traveling within you. This is your suit and tank of the actual stars that live within you that you can actually perceive when you look outside tonight. You have to remember, oh, this is just the playground. Remember, we felt like life would sting if we played. But no, you have to play more. Play. Act as if nothing is going wrong, because everything is out there going good, and that is part of infinite possibilities. You will learn this at the very end of this year, because now we're already moving into May. We're already in the middle of the year. It doesn't matter how big of a material manifestation that you are trying to implant in your life. What you're trying to manifest is the Neptunian energy of the reconnection. Some of you are reconnecting and redestructuring the old system that forgot who they were through cardinal sense. I don't have time. I have Apple Pay. So Spirit is just saying, I have Apple Pay, PayPal, or Cash App. Spirit is just saying, you are loved in more and many. You are great. You are destiny's greatness. It's just my number, Jazz. 945. Let me know when you're ready for the number. I'll just give it to you. Ain't nobody gonna finna call me. Because if they do, you finna get blocked. 945-308-9177. So Spirit is just sitting here like, what y'all got going on? Did you not get the info? Did you not get the message that, hey, infinite possibilities are still here online and on the map? You can have anything and everything you want in the year of the snake. You just have to shed whatever you want in this year. You must shed like a snake. You must cut out the weeds in your garden. Whatever you're putting in your mind, your subconscious, that automatically becomes a belief. And your subconscious is always manifesting that belief. Let's say it again. My ears are ringing. Itching, because this is what I'm hearing. This is what people need to hear. Also, sinuses. Clearing your sinuses. Ooh, that felt good. Ooh. There we go. Ooh. That was intense. Okay. I think I hit an eardrum. But it needed to pop. I'm hearing, are you ready to love yourself online in this participation in this world? Are you okay with loving yourself? I see you, Jupiter. Because Jupiter is going to give you the reward. Jupiter in Cancer. So Cancer risings, this is a time for you. to want more, to ask for more, to ask for more abundance in the areas of what you want to be abundant. And I know for me, my Venus is in the calling of tough love. It's square Saturn. It's conjunct my moon. My moon is squared Saturn. There's tough love. And I have been learning, because my Venus is in Gemini, tough love. And understanding the message behind tough love, the message behind how love can also still be ethereal, though. And that ethereal magic has to be within bounds. And that love cannot be shared with everybody else. Not all the time. It has to be shared with a performance. It has to be shared with a place of real serenity and solitude and in tuning and love and justice and truth. It has to sit with that diligence. And it just has to be quiet there. I miss being amongst women, loving on women, and appreciating women for their tenderness, for their love, for their appreciation, for how they, I'm not saying I'm gay or anything, but I'm just saying love is amongst women when they choose to come together in divine, in holy matrimony. They're the ones that choose to be different, to be eloquent. And when we choose to put aside our differences or what makes us different, we all just see each other for who we truly are. And there's no taking, there's no jealousy, there's no envy, there's no fighting, there's nothing of that. It just is. And when we are just is, 8:55 on the clock, we love more, we appreciate more, we accept more. We respect our actual value. That's Venus. And so Mars is going to teach, Mars teaches Venus, fight for your value. Fight for everything that's out here. Fight for it all. Like, fight for the dream life that you want. Go crazy. That's what Mars teaches Venus. Go crazy or go home. Explore. That's Jupiter. Explore what it is between those worlds. Fall time, like that's what I said, fall time here. Like, you're not gonna feel like you have a summer. Fall time here. Like, fall is gonna be like, here's the veil. Here's that seed that you've been looking for. Here's that what has grown. And now that the message from all of the messages up from January are starting to get clear, you're pierced again. This message now, super new moon in Taurus, full moon in Scorpio on May 12th. We already just passed the super new moon like 2 days ago. We're now realizing, we're now going to realize, and see, I'm getting this clarity on the other side of my south node in Taurus. And it's like, on the 7th day, when it gets to April 7th, that aha is like, oh, okay. I mean, May 7th, it's going to be like, oh, okay. It's going to be like, oh, I actually did it. I actually felt it. I actually felt me doing it. I actually feel me being powerful. I actually feel me actually, oh, that's how you do that. That's how you do that magic. That's how you do this. That's how you do that. I'm like, be excited. Be excited, oh. Y'all know we go deeper. Y'all ready to go deeper? That was it for that live. We'll see. They said, now the magic comes. Don't hit my car. Well, I gotta roll up the window, but we'll be back. I'm not gonna touch this. What's all this wetness coming out? I'll check that tomorrow. Okay, y'all. So, you know, everything gonna be all right. Everything gonna be all right. And why do I say everything gonna be all right? Remember what I said. Everything gonna be all right because you're seeing it from a different perspective by changing the emotion attached to the undesired outcome or the outcomes of your life up to now. Change the perception, change the story. Okay, honey? Change the story so that you can see what it really is you need to see. When you change the story, everything changes immediately. Y'all want to be powerful. Y'all want to be superheroes. You want to be super Saiyan with this shit. Do you want to be Super Saiyan? Be like, all right, I can do this. Be all right. I can actually be who I say I want to be. I'm hearing y'all make it so much harder. I'm hearing we do. We be making everything hard, honey. We be making everything hard. We just be feeling like we don't have. Okay, look. In order to manifest, you have to have self-worth. Let's get into that. Give me a second, Jazz. Hold on. You have to have self-worth. Let's get into that. Give me a second, Jazz. Hold on. Okay. Okay. I got it, Jazz. My mama kind of asking me to do some things for her, but I just seen that at 7:20, and I'm just like, okay. I'm trying to, wait a minute now. I'm trying to get some things in order. I'm trying to figure some things out now. Oh, you sent this to the right person, baby. Okay, look. You want to be super. You want to be super Tesla. You want to be. Oh, that's how I do that. That's how I manifest. You actually want to see it. They saying, okay, so you actually want to see how you do what you do. You want to know the mechanics. You want to know the road. You actually just want to do it on repeat over and over and over and over again. But you already been doing it. No, Jazz, I'm doing collective. Honey, come on, y'all. Let's stay. We're still on collective. We're still on collective. Still on collective, honey. You want to actually know, but first of all, have you cleaned up your garden? Nicole, slow your roll now. Slow your roll. We already know. Because it ain't even going to be details. It ain't even going to be details. It's not even going to be details. What it is you're going to be on your spiritual garden. You're going to be working your spiritual garden. You're going to be working your spiritual garden. What's your spiritual garden? Your mind. Because it starts in your mind. It starts with a thought to bring into awareness to an emotion. Y'all always have these thoughts, and then y'all keep feeding the thought with an emotional attachment. And if you're not aware to what that emotional attachment look like, feel like, touch like, because you will have so succumbed to the false matrix for so long, you never gonna be able to break that attachment. So if you don't know how to break that attachment, then what we doing? That's how you gonna manifest. They say, oh, but that's the hard part. Yes, it's the part that you keep avoiding. It's the part that you don't want to cry. It's the part that you don't want to release from. It's the tie. It's the sacral. It's the thing that it's the primordial womb. It's the darkness. It's water. It's all things that are infinite and have not been fully discovered. You don't want to discover yourself. Hello. Thank you. We're done. We're done. You don't want to discover yourself. So therefore, any type of form of high manifestation that you are looking for, you don't want to discover your potential. Sun, Uranus. You don't want to discover your evolution. You're afraid to discover being alone in the solitude and allowing yourself to actually be there. Trust me, I have been in solitude. And I have enjoyed it. I already finished the math. I already finished the work. Because I come to the truth every time. When you want to change, you feeling it, you know that something is ending, you know that something got to go, you know that everything is shifting, everything's changing, everything's doing what it has to do. You just know, all right, it's just time to surrender and let it do its job. Because something in your spirit already cowardly out to the universe. I want this to happen. So it's happening. Also, it's called divine intervention. And y'all hate when the divine enters? You think that you're the only creator. If you're not co-creating, you're dying. There is a co-creation. You are the co. You are not the creator. And when you discover the actual understanding of who the divine is, you will never delegate yourself to your highest peak of command because you have forgotten yourself. My biggest block was feeling that I will be alone. But wait! You're never really alone. Because justice and patterns have said at moments you were not alone and moments you were alone. There is something that you do when you're alone that actually casts the spell of the next big jump in your life. So be alone. Don't be afraid. Okay, well shit. Next chapter. Because you have developed an emotional awareness of the things that you are attaching yourself to. And so therefore, when you release the emotional attachments over and over and over and over and over again, and you practice the magic of emotional therapy with self, and you give yourself boundaries, you're able to look back up to the actual reports of your mirror magic, of you saying to self, I am not going to stay here for too long. So therefore, I give myself a year, but I've already given myself a year 2 years ago. And I knew that I came out on top because I created the Alchemist Oasis and I pulled my actual self out more. A big part of myself. And now I'm able to finalize. There could be a finalization or an addition to what I am creating. When I allow grief to come in and I sit with it and I understand it, I create something on the other side of that. So if I know that there might be a period of grief, what can come out of it? That is where you become the alchemist. You change your emotional attachment and become emotionally aware of that emotional attachment and detach from it so that you can step back into the infinite possibilities that there is also good and you can choose good. The thing is that when you get into the Six of Cups, the Six of Cups is like, oh, you're looking back on your past. And then when you get into the Seven Cups, there's choices, infinite possibilities. That's the map. The 7 is the divine. You're coming back to the divine. Six of Cups is saying you're looking back on what the cup was. And the cup of Ace of Cups was always from the divine. And the Four of Cups is saying, hey, I'm giving you another cup and you're upset of this other cup because you're not realizing that there's another level of integration here. Hello. You never stop growing. You're not here to stop at just the number 4. You're here to get to the number 8 when you finally realize in the 8 of Cups You're withdrawing from the map of all that you have accumulated that doesn't necessarily make you feel satisfied, because you're not satisfied until the 9 of Cups. And it's like, oh, where did all of these extra cups come from if I left the 8 of Cups back in the past? We're going to tell you right motherfucking now. Because that's a good fucking question. Where you get all these cups from, man? What's the process from the 8 of Cups to the 9 of Cups? Shit, I was confused. We're going to ask these fucking questions. You got to know. To make you a better astrologer or tarot reader, you got to ask the motherfucking question. Where the motherfucking extra cups come from? Okay? Clearing core wounds. That's the magic. Soulmate. Clearing your core wounds. What's the core of your wounds? Oh. Whew. It did something to me real quick. Well, the core wound of me is being abandoned. But it's like, you're not abandoned. You're really fucking not. Look at how much more magic is coming in. You see it. Don't fucking lie that you don't see this magic coming on over here. You see this magic. You see this good coming. You see that you don't know what's on the other side, and it's scary, but you can feel it. And that's the emotion. Okay. But you're not going to attach to, oh, it feels good. Because then that casts the illusion again. So the process was, hey, the 8 of Cups was saying, I'm going to go ahead and clear some core wounds with this soulmate. Very beautiful. And you're going to find out the magic a year later, a year down the road, a year gone. Because a year is really a month now. It creates 7 days for a year. You've lived so long. What is you talking about? I feel infinitely old, okay? And still feel very young. People are like, why do you see this perspective? Because I have a Mercury opposition to Jupiter. And I have to find whole, and it's called wholeness. It's where I find my fulfillment. Peace. Aha! Ding, 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 ding. They're saying love. You found peace, honey. And inspiration and creativity, you found it through your mind. You created an awareness around yourself to say, okay, I'm only going to tap into the level of peace. And so we're going to look for peace, the highest point of peace. And that's where I go to every single motherfucking time. I'm like, okay, you could go. You're changing how you respond. And it's an emotional response. You're an emotional being. Every response you're having is an emotional, is emotional. Until you merge the higher and lower mind to recognize, I can choose. But I choose to surrender into the level of peace where I'm like, okay, I can really do this. And I can wait for the magic. And whatever this goes and this possibility goes, I can change. It will change on my awareness of there is no separation. I'm gonna possibly read it after the collective message, or I can just read it off of live and I'll just send it to you. Because I'm doing collective message. So you're refocused on what makes you come alive when you finally detached from, I just want to be in dual, I want to choose. Like, you're choosing all day long. There's more choices to make, and you're stuck on one choice. I see you, self-made. Like, there's another choice out there, literally. And it might not be for you, but there's still a choice out there for you. You might not want to make that choice, but you will allow spirit to come in. Sometimes you don't have to make a choice. Duh. You feel like you have to make a choice. Give us a different perspective on this, about choices, spirit. Now you're understanding duality. You're understanding choice. Divine intervention. Let's just go back to what I just said before. Divine intervention. You don't like divine intervention. The ancestors, thank you. You get so angry and indifferent, that Four of Cups, that there's a next level to your spiritual awakening that is actually, yes, strengthening and providing another level to your stability. And you mad. This is where you don't provide a level of compassion for the soul to achieve more, because you stuck in Venus. You're not okay with change. Venus is Taurus, the first fixed sign. You don't like change. This is why Libra starts to go to its other higher octave, which is Libra, to find out that, oh, there's connection with the reflection of myself from a different point of view. This is why you get into the 7th house of relationships. Oh, that's when you get into the 10 of Cups. Damn near. Oh, yes, girl. Like Scorpio, Pisces energy. Oh, yes. To your big O. This is why Neptune is exalted in Venus. Is exalted in... Venus is exalted in Pisces. My fault. Like, girl, what is you afraid of? They said, we helping you. The divine said, we helping you. I thought you wanted to learn magic. I thought you wanted to learn something. I thought you wanted to see it actually happen. My fault for not. They said, what? Girl, my fault that you can't see that this is magic. No, me trying to cut my locks. I'm like, what did you think this was? They said we had to see your value before we had to see theirs. You can't manifest without recognizing your value. Look at where your Venus is. If you can't recognize your own value, girl, that's why you that way. That's why you upset, my guy. This is why you bitter. Your fruit spoiled, honey. Venus. Because you're not nurturing yourself through your Venus. I'm nurturing myself through teaching myself everything that I didn't know. That's where you gotta be at. Mars is gonna teach you how to be raw about it. You gotta be raw about it. You gotta be straightforward with it. It's gonna do what it gotta do. It has to get to a point of Sagittarius. It still has to communicate something. There's still a message that Mars gives. You look at all the initiation points from Aries to Venus to Gemini to Cancer. That's how far they go. Cancer is exalted in Jupiter. It's seen for its higher value. Mars is exalted in Capricorn. This is legacy building. This is your public image. You should care about it. You shouldn't give a fuck about what anybody says. Venus in Pisces. For you to be in love, you have to be connected to the all. Half of you think that you fell in love, but it's really an infatuation. For you to actually be able to walk away from a relationship and still have deep love for someone without being angry means that you actually love that person. I mean, I'm not saying that you don't fight through your human emotions. But if you're able to say at the end of the day, I thank that person for everything that they do, you have connected to the all. You have connected to a higher vibration where that connection has finalized a soul contract that you have with said person. This is why I don't really be mad at nobody. I'll be like, okay. Not saying that you're not going to cry about it. Not saying that you're not going to be upset about it. Not saying that you're not going to be mad. But if you're able to really walk away from a person and thank them for their lesson, real love, man, thank you. If you can really walk away from a person and still be okay, that you still want to see them do good, I want to see everybody do good. I really do. I just want to give y'all fucking hugs, man. That's how I feel. That's my heart. That's where, like, damn, bro. I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry. But it's like, I still love you guys. Ain't nothing fucking changed. The love don't switch up just because you do something fucking wrong. Is you fucking kidding me? This is why y'all are not having the relationships you want to have. Like, at the end of the day, it's like, for me personally, it's like, okay, I fucked up in a certain lane of motion, but it's like, I still thank you. I still thank you. And you know what? It's like, it's not, every relationship is not going to be fucking sunny hills. I still actually appreciate the last relationship. I still really, really highly appreciate it because there's so much love that is still there that I can still write from, that I can still feel from, I can still connect to, I can still heal from. And all the other stuff was just, like, even the bad was the icing on the cake. I'm like, damn. I can see myself. Thank you. And acknowledge some things that were tough for me to acknowledge. And I will go back and do it. I will still go back and do it all over again. Because love is still love. At the end of the day, you say if you love that person, the love don't switch up just because you and that person had a fallout. If your love switch up on that person, baby, you really ain't never loved that person. I understand that there's going to be some human emotions attached to that. But if you still ain't let that go after years and shit, you have a deeper level of emotional issues that I can't fucking help you with. I don't want bad on nobody. I really don't. I will go back every single message, every single thing that they said. Oh my gosh. Love. Like, oh my gosh. Thank you. Like, I praise the divine within you because I know the divine sent you. Regardless if the divine sent you through the level of the test of the temptation through the devil, I still thank you. You're still a lesson for me to grow, is you not? Bro, I'm good. Like, that's how I feel. And I feel like when you're feeling those emotions, because sometimes there's a level of detachment where it's like, I don't want to detach that much. I'm just like, I still want to cling, but it's like, bro, you're clinging to duality, and duality is still your lower nature. It's time to go higher. Like, go back to the divine. The divine gave you the first cup. That is, if you feel so down just because you had to go through a separation, baby, go back to the actual cup that the divine gave you. That was the divine, baby, in a walking through a different form. That's the snake in the garden. To teach you to rise from higher levels of points. To rise from this point to a higher level, like, of evolution. Like, get over it. You're okay. Rise. Evolutionize yourself. Smile. And yes, be okay. Be okay with the emotional change. They're like, honey, it's a typhoon. This is still the equation and the archetype of the math that we have to give you to manifest. Thoughts and emotions are going to manifest your reality. I'm sorry, emotions is a part of that. That's the equation to get to the 5th house of creation, where you're really starting to manifest from a different place. You're here to create. Creation is manifestation happening in form through the different elements of exchange. Taurus teaches the Leo how to exchange through currency. Venus and the moon is currency. You're not afraid of the math. You're afraid of the evolution to the math. You're afraid that you've been sitting down for so long, not realizing, oh, this is the math. Yes. You're afraid to come undone. It's what you are. You're afraid to come undone. You're afraid to actually challenge the mind, to sharpen the awl. But why am I so afraid? I don't know, because you don't want to come undone. You don't want to change. You don't want to feel your emotions. You don't want to go through there. You don't want to observe your emotions. You don't want to feel what it does. I'm sorry. If you're sitting in the ocean and you don't like how the emotional waves are crashing, it's a part of the equation, honey. That's how you manifest. I'm sorry. You're going to sit and you're going to feel a lot of things. You're going to feel a lot of things from those thoughts. You don't attach to the emotional tide, the heavy tide, until it gets to the level of calm and peace. Hello. That is how you do the math. That's how you change. I mean, water contains itself in anything. So don't be scared, okay, of what's in there. What's in that cup, that 7 of Cups. You got discover. Take some time, okay? Can bring up some water is memory. You might need to check what's in there, honey. You might want to check what's all up in there. You might want to check what's swimming, okay, in that cup. How can we understand and decide through 7 of Cups energy? Like, honey, help us. Before we do the calculations wrong, we don't want the math to be wrong. But we really just said it. They said calmness, peace. You make the decision when you are calm. Your thoughts is also connected to the nervous system. How does that thought create that vibration through your nervous system that will create the emotional response of fight, flight, freeze, or forgiveness and go? What is it transmitting? You know that water is the conductor, right? I'm sorry. Do you know that water is the conductor? This is the electrical current that flashes things into your reality. So your eyes, honey, boo-boo, okay, can see me and you. Okay? That's the equation. Are you upset with the math? Water is a conductor. Yes, you gonna get hit with some emotions. Stop fighting the wave. Relax. Okay? Relax. I'm glad we're having this conversation. Are you ready? Are you ready to actually integrate the math? Like, are you ready? Like, I know that they ain't taught it like this, honey. Okay, I needed to be taught like this. And it's me. It's you, honey. It's you. 7 of Cups. Peace. Calmness, honey. I'm sorry. Are you not liking the math? It's windy the fuck out here. Trust in divine detours. This is spirit. This is divine intervention. Y'all don't like divine intervention. Y'all got a problem with divine intervention. I have had a problem with divine intervention. Now I'm just like, this is still collective. We ain't moving on until spirit says we're done. So, yep, surrender now. A lot of y'all don't want to surrender. A lot of y'all don't want to surrender. Like, stay calm through the storm, through this detour. Okay, we going on in a detour. You should be happy with this new adventure. Be happy with this new adventure. Be happy on this new adventure. Reclaim your power. Y'all, y'all afraid. of your power. Okay, so that's the message. You trying to figure out, wait, what's happening? Why is this? You see clearly now. Bitch, wisdom. Okay, we gonna get through it. Why are you upset? You understand now. You understand the math, you understand the equation, you understand it all. Like, get to it. Get to manifesting. Get to actually doing what you want to really do. Understand that you have to understand that without understanding universal codes or universal knowledge, it's a death wish. Honey, you are the death wish. Honey, it's not us. You the death wish. You are going to be the one that's like, oh, yeah. You still get to choose to be in your lower divine feminine or your higher divine feminine, your lower divine masculine or your higher divine masculine. It's both. If you are not balanced within self and not working on self and your own energy fields, you're not reaching the higher math. Okay? You can't reach the higher math, boo-boo. You're still stuck in wounded masculine and wounded feminine, and that's happening in you. That's not happening in just them. It's happening in you. So there's something that's bouncing off reflection. If he has a wounded feminine, what you got, boo? The wounded masculine, and vice versa. If he got the wounded masculine, you got the wounded feminine. That's how it works. So you're not confused no more. They showing feminine traits, like, it can be a mixture. It can be a mixture. It can be a mixture of their bullshit. But at the same time, of the wounded and feminine and masculine, it could be some bullshit in there. But look, Spirit says you all of this is happening for you to reclaim your power. You start to see clearly now. Whew, I'm so glad that we got through that. You get through it by staying grounded and drinking juice more. What's the juice, Spirit? The tree of life. Thank you. By not being bitter about anything. You just like, okay, I'm really at this place to forgive you. Like, it's like, it really is okay. Because I understand that I've done a lot of bullshit. I've been there. I don't know what state you're in, and I want you to see higher. So why should I bind you by the restraints of my power that I don't like using my power for? You should be forgiven. But y'all don't want to trust the divine. You don't want to trust the divine showing you, hey, I need you to surrender so that you can actually see, hey, we're finna surrender. You're going to reclaim your power. You're going to see your power. You're going to see yourself. Open to infinite possibility. Didn't I just say that? I've been saying that. This is how you open the gate to infinite possibilities. No one sat here and said, hey, you can't have more. I already gave you what you wanted last week. No, that's not what it was saying. It was saying, hey, learn the lesson and trust the divine. Trust and surrender in the divine, and understand that there's going to be a big something expansion that's going to come in. There's fast possibility. Everything that, like, no one said that the process is slow. Manifestation is actually rather fast. But there's some conclusions that you have to conclude to understand the math to get there. And I put it on this live. I gave it. I really gave it all. Some of it all. Do we need a review? A quick one. The review is the equation to manifesting is your thoughts plus emotions equals your reality. When you change the emotional attachment perception of the perception that you're viewing of your reality, you can do this in an algebraic way, whatever form of math this could be. Once you finally change the emotion attachment of this perceptional reality, you can go back to the infinite thoughts, infinite possibilities where everything is manifested, and the subconscious, because the subconscious manifests your reality, because whatever thought you an emotional attachment to that thought became a belief, which became your reality. And so therefore now you have released yourself from the binds of seeing this reality, this state of being, and you go through the emotional map of, oh, I don't feel envious of this. I feel the actual opposite of that person. And I deal with whatever I'm emotionally attached to over here. And it's like, I really don't feel that way. Because I know my real self doesn't feel that way. But why am I not myself? And of course, that goes into a different type of part of your math. But that's shadow work, honey. That's just shadow work, okay? But when you're here and you're ready to make the conclusion and the decision to transform your thought processes about reality and your perception of duality, and you just start to choose both, and you accept both as is, and you finally understand that acceptance is a masculine trait, and you're not viewing it from a dyslogical state, which was me, okay? Wounded masculine, needing something, security. Oh, I can be that security. There's something that I'm tapping into that is the level of security that I have. The security of more, the security of infinite possibility, the security of the philosopher's stone, the security of the internal well of life. I'm eating from the fruit of life now. I'm not eating the fruit of just good and evil, duality. I see it as all. I accept all. I respect the all. I respect the divine feminine in this said situation and the divine masculine in this situation. I am bowing down to the experience of God experiencing itself. Me, the mini God, seen inside the perception of the truth of God, seeing and piercing through the veil, which creates me back to the all. I'm not split. I'm conjoined. I'm one. And so now that I'm one, I don't have... shit. I'm good. Be loyal to what you love. Well, how do we get there? Shadow work, babe. Shadow work and acceptance. Acceptance, surrendering. All these words, you got to put it in your pot and you got to start casting, honey. Stop casting on everybody else, baby. The more that you keep casting on everybody else, the more that you get smaller and smaller, and you just don't realize who you are anymore. You realize who you are in yourself when you start casting for just self. You sing your own song. And you be okay with that. That's your peace. Take the lead. Dream the world into being. I know that's motherfucking right. They said no, not any more messages. I'm hearing we're not really pulling any more tonight. I love myself. There's some other stuff that needs to be done. That makes so much sense. So the shadow work is going to happen in you recognizing where, if you're in your wounded masculine, your wounded feminine, you recognize where you're at in any relationship, like whatever relationship you're in, whether if you're in isolation with just yourself or isolation with something else, but there's something in life that you have a relation to. And if you feel like it's not balanced, and you know it's when it's not balanced, it's not good, girl. Okay, it's not good, my guy. You're recognizing if that person, the quickest way to recognize something that is not healed is that whatever is imbalance out there in your life, okay, like you don't have, say for me, or just say like you don't feel like you have security. Okay, cool. You don't feel like you have any type of form of security. You're dealing with a reflection out there that is in wounded feminine. Okay? When you understand the laws of the universe, likes attracts like. Okay? But opposites also attract as well. This is the trick of the veil. This is the trick of the matrix. But you have to understand its laws and principles to understand to tap into the codes of the matrix. It's hard. I see that. Love. Like, you... Exactly. If you hate jealousy, you will be in jealousy. If you hate, you will always be in hate. This is science, y'all. This is math. This is math and science. You had to meet yourself at where your heart was truly resonating. You attracted, but then stop being afraid of the opposite. Stop being afraid of your opposite, divine feminine. Stop being afraid of your opposite, divine feminine. That's within self. Divine feminine, you're afraid of the war inside self. Hold on. Yes, this is fire energy. So you're afraid of, I'm hearing the last chance. Essentially, you're afraid of time. The Wheel of Fortune is here. Nine of Pentacles is here. You're afraid of that time. You're afraid of last chance, last time. There's fire. Hey, Amina. You're afraid of who you say you are. You are afraid of who you say you are. Why do we manifest our opposites? I'm hearing we manifest our opposites to create wholeness. Why do we manifest what we are like? To create the opposite of wholeness. What if we keep attracting what we are like, we create high levels of indifference. Oh, okay. That's that Four of Cups again. That's that Four of Cups again energy. Let's break this down from a different level. We're just going to keep breaking it down until y'all get it. Spirit says, y'all really got to learn this lesson of indifference. It's not something that you want to skip out on. This is the message. You don't want to skip out on this. Y'all create, here we go. Y'all, I've talked about this before. Y'all create so much nonchalantness around your, you create nonchalantness around your manifestations, where it's like you deplore what is really for you. You get so, how do I explain this? Let's read the card of indifference. I'm hearing you forget that you're the star player too. Like you get upset again. You get upset when there's a next level of a spiritual awakening. You get indifferent with getting just read the card. Hold on, y'all. Y'all kind of distract me. As a spiritual being living a human experience, remember that your core is heart-centered. Pain and trauma can have us turn to indifference as a defense mechanism. It can stem from buying into systems that value life and the humanity of some, but not all. Indifference presents itself through acting cold, unmotivated, passionless, and uninterested. Once you disconnect, you begin aligning with detachment and separation. It is the acceptance of disassociating that cultivates much of our anguish. Indifference is violent and harmful, especially when your neighbor's well-being is of no consequence to you. Apathy is a lack of response. Reasonably, all individuals have experienced joy, fear, pain, sadness, disgust, and surprise. To bridge with others, a push past artificial gaps and honor humanity. If we choose to deny humanity in others, we ultimately deny it in ourselves. Where are you rejecting your ability to take action? Do you take time to reflect on the ways in which the perspectives of those writing history shape the history that you produce? What are you avoiding, processing, or feeling? Okay, so your indifference, you keep practicing indifference. You keep attracting like attracts like. Let's start here. On the lower level, you always going to attract what you they don't want me to say this one because this is big attractor level. I said last year that divine masculine attracts in opposition and challenge. Divine feminine attracts like attracts like. Ugh. Don't say nothing, y'all. I don't need y'all to say nothing. Just listen. Don't distract me. Once I give it and you don't apply it, there's nothing I can do for you. Y'all think I'm not just talking. I'm not talking out my ass. I'm actually trying to give y'all something that nobody really even. Okay. Divine feminine attracts through purpose, but inwardly her divine masculine is the opposition to this challenge, and this is why she reaches challenges through her purpose. Divine masculines are learning here to trust the divine. Their purpose was already given at birth. So the purpose is within their divine. That's the inner child that they're running back into. Purpose is on the outside. The divine feminine is being guided to find her dedication and devotion. She is the one to be. For her divine masculine, inner divine masculine to devote to her is through her being in her purpose. For the divine masculine to have trust and leadership over his woman, he has to tap into following the divine's order, which he creates purpose. When the divine masculine is looking through her, he's coming home back to himself because he is inside of her, which he remains into his purpose. When the divine feminine is following this spark within inside herself, she finds purpose that goes back to the divine. Her devotion to herself is where she finds the spark of her purpose, because she is the purpose. She is what is being chased after for. When she stays devoted to her purpose, to her path, to her divine alignment, to her blueprint, to her design, the self, and she does it effortlessly and endlessly, the divine appears and gives her the gift of her divine counterpart. She has to be in her purpose. Every time she is in her purpose, there is, I don't care. There is a man around you always when you are in your purpose. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest. With myself every single time that I'm actually really deeper into my purpose. Yeah, there's definitely some money around all the time. It never fails, actually. It's never actually failed. There's always someone. I don't even care. Yeah, I might not want them. I might not want them at the time. But there's always someone. There's always someone. I might not always want them, but there's always someone. There's always someone. Divine Feminine, your purpose is the most important. It's what creates peace between you guys, which activates transformation. And what that is that you have to start from a level of gratitude and understand. You can see things from every single point of view. Are you grateful for the experience, or are you squandering the experience? That's the lesson. Are you okay with the experience? Are you allowing the experience happening, or are you being selfish with the experience? Yep, cooperation. You're not Divine Feminine. You have to learn how to cooperate with spirit. And this doesn't have to be man, woman. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is that the Divine Feminine, you keep attracting things that are going to be like you so that you can stay on the path. But this is where you get ahead of yourself. You feel like the challenge that you still have to meet is because there's a mastery within your soul, inside yourself, that is saying that the devotion to the purpose, there you meet challenges along the way. But if you become bitter, which is a mass about you not reaching your dreams and success, this is where a lot of moms say, I wish I never had you. That's more than what you realize. That is a masculine's point of view. Because you feel that you never reached your ambitions, Divine Feminine. And it's masking because you're a woman, but it's really masking in the I don't feel successful because I didn't produce the work that a man wants to produce. This is where you get stopped, where you're not in this divine alignment to yourself. And the divine masculines are mostly chasing after so you're in lack of cooperation. And so you lack cooperation. So in your quest to manifest the energy of love, you realize that every person and experience has value. So you're not valuing the experience. And so this is why your experiences feel deeper, more like you've never experienced nothing, you've never accomplished nothing, you've never seen nothing. This is where the wounded masculine is inside of you. You hold a wounded masculine. And so therefore your reality is attracting a wounded feminine, because that wounded feminine man is in what? He lacks trust. So he's stuck in his past. The what ifs. The fantasy. That's where it gets really dark for the divine masculine, for just a man in general. If we want to put it back in the 3D, a man in general will feel very lost in a fantasy world. This is why there's a lot of women or wanting to go out in the nightlife, not devoted to his path, because he himself is lost in a fantasy. Because the inner divine feminine is wounded. There is lost hope, lost dreams, lost imagination. Through the power of love, you release any stagnant situations or energy in order to transform your heart space. So there's like a lost dream in the divine. It's $10, but I'm doing a collective message, so I don't know when I'll do those. I'll have to do them off the live. But they're 10 for a mini read. So the divine masculine is in this fantasy world, and he keeps chasing and chasing and chasing and chasing after this lost dream. And it gets darker and darker and darker and darker and darker in there, that's the primordial womb. But it's a false womb. So what they do with the divine masculines is they don't do it to the divine feminine, because that's where all life starts. But if they are able to distort the divine masculine psyche of consciousness and awareness, and I know they're doing it now, if they distort the consciousness and the seed that they plant, and they allow the imagination, they take the imagination, I can feel them. You try to take their imagination, you try to distort their imagination, you try to make them chase, try to make them run away from the true thought of the idea of what they want to procreate. Oh, y'all are weird. They take the divine masculine's imagination. Like that. Memory. They take their memory. I do have PayPal. It's uzuriwithin@gmail.com. Can someone put my PayPal in the live? They take So if they're able to plant a seed of just fantasy, I don't do as many cards. I don't do I don't do the number of cards. I just pull the cards, honey. I just pull as many cards as I want to. I'm really a channeler, so I can just channel. So you got to learn how to tap into understanding that the divine masculine, they're trusting a false sense of reality when they are in their wounded feminine. So if you keep attracting wounded masculines that have a wounded feminine side, it's a loss of imagination, because in you yourself, you're not driven enough in your purpose. That's it. The divine masculine is attracting a lost side of his intuition. There's an escape from reality, true reality, that is birth inside themselves. And this is where they act on reliance of freedom. This is where the divine masculine gets fucked up. They're choosing free will more. They are choosing to trust the divine's path. You have a strong connection to your soul's loving voice and have faith in your intuition. They blocked the divine masculine's third eye. That's what they did. They distorted the divine masculine's third eye. And so distorting their third eye, it causes the divine feminine to lose direction in her purpose. I hope that makes sense. And so you have to see where you're at. It could be both. It could happen to both of you, which just causes more distortion than you realize. And it's not fun to see it that way. It's not fun to acknowledge these things. But the more that you acknowledge, you bring to the forefront of your power to recognize that you have a possibility to change all of it if you recognize your power. You get hit with a massive amounts of emotions. You don't attach yourself to the emotions. The emotions is just here to tell you what can be intensified. The emotions is like the ingredient for the outcome. What emotion are you going to apply to this thought process? If you are ever to attach an emotion to something, why would you attach a lower emotion to that? Nobody wanted to put it in the chat for her. Let me know if you can see that. Oh, Nicole, I didn't see it at all. It didn't even come through. So, you can't see it. So, my name, my actual name, my profile name is Azuri. It's spelled like that at gmail.com. I hope I broke that down. That was a lot to understand. I'm still trying to help people understand mirroring so that shadow work can be more seamless. I feel like
shadow work can be a little hard. I feel there's a desire. Let's be clear. I don't want to be that person that be like, I don't think y'all doing y'all shadow work. I think that there is a desire. There's people that bought that shadow work journal. I think there was one side where they couldn't get through it because it just felt a lot to have to shift and transform these dark places and times. Yes, you can. And then I will do your reading after the live. And I feel like it just questioned a lot. And someone had to tell me today, sometimes it might just be cognitive dissonance. And it's like, that's kind of like where I feel like you're denying the actual reality that's in front of you, basically, pretty much. The mental discomfort experienced when holding conflicting beliefs, values, or attitudes. Guys, I'll be right back. I gotta check something. Okay. I sent you the money already, but it's under my business. Okay, I got you, boo. Y'all, might have to go because I need to go get food because I haven't eaten. Well, I did eat. I'm just, I ate earlier today. I had to eat a sandwich. Okay. So, we went through understanding the equations to really manifesting. We went through the equation, mirroring a little bit. We went through, y'all need to be okay with the divine. We talked about Venus a little bit. That was intense. That was a really good message. But there's still some more, so let's see what's else. Let's see what's else. Let's just see what is else out here. I'm hearing don't fret and don't forget. change your perception about the value ship of the experience. Change your perception about the value ship of this experience. Let go of out with a heavy heart. I love control, wish I had some. Right. That's a poke at you. You wish you had all the control. No. No. You don't control anything. There's divine intervention. Sometimes what's already been built, you can build outside of. There's more to create. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's that Four of Cups again energy. There is more to create. Whatever that was built, the work is whatever uncomfortable thing that is in front of you right now at this moment. Exactly. You're upset that there's more work. You're upset that there's more to create. You're upset that there's more of who you are. This is a collective message, love. I'm not done. I'm going to do your reading after this. You're upset that there's more of who you are. This is a collective message, love. I'm not done. I'm going to do your reading after this live. Being out of ideas is just another idea. Okay, y'all. When y'all come onto the lives, I'm mostly doing collective. Okay? Y'all will have to wait to just do, you'll have to wait for me to finish doing collective. And that might be for a while. But you will get your reading after this collective message because I'm going to get off of here soon. I'm just trying to see. My phone finna die now. That's irritating. You can head out. I'll message you. I will definitely message you. Because I need my own, Princess, can I call you after this? Or maybe not call you, but I can definitely text you. Because I see you coming back in, and I know that we was going to do that quick thing. Martha, can I text you? Still after this? Okay, my phone. Okay. If you even still here. I'm hearing change is inevitable. Stop being afraid of the change. Be okay with the change. Be okay with the change. Okay. Is there anything else? They said no and yes. That's 10:27. All right, at this time, you're going to have to be, there's going to have to be a high level of patience and maturity that's coming. Patience, more patience, more patience, more patience. I got to get into these dates. I forgot. Yeah, let's do that. Let me do that right now, actually. There's going to be more patience, maturity. There is a tone of relaxation. What the fuck? I'm tired of this. I'm hearing smooth sailing, smooth operator. Why is everything logged out? Like, girl. I don't have time for stuff like this. Yes, you do. Oh my God. I'm hearing, don't fret, they'll come back for more. People going through what they're going through. They're going to go through what they're going to go through. I'm hearing walk with God, yes. That's what I put at the top. See, I did all of this last year. When I went to Arizona in October, I did all of this work. It was tiring. But it was fun. I actually enjoyed the experience. Going there at the Airbnb and just sitting there doing this work. I really enjoyed the experience. It was different, but, you know, it was cool. Cool, very grateful. Very, 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 very grateful. I needed it. Okay. Wait for the sun and enter Gemini. I'm hearing y'all not ready for these. Y'all not ready for these. I think that was the message. A lot happening, a lot happening. I don't want to do this one. I feel like I need to sit with this. This is where I'm going to start writing. I'm not ready to do this one. My spiritual path unfolds when I love myself and follow my heart's desire. It's not time right. I'll talk to y'all later. That's the end of the live. I'm going to try to get this live posted. So I'll see y'all later.